Okay, boys and girls, we are going to start to practice our shapes, and we're going to practice our shapes by putting them together to make a Pete the Cat drawing, and we are going to use some watercolor paint today to paint our Pete the Cats. Now, Miss Buhner has already written your name on the top of your white piece of paper. Your white piece of paper should be going long ways, not tall ways. We call this horizontal, not vertical. Vertical is tall up and down. Horizontal is side to side. So we're drawing a long animal. We want to have our paper horizontal. We are also going to be drawing today using a marker. Now when we use these markers, boys and girls, we need to be very careful. We don't draw on our hands. We don't draw on the table, only on our paper. These are very important markers that need to stay on the paper. To start our Pete the Cat today, boys and girls, we are going to make sure our Pete the Cat is sitting on the ground. So we need to draw a big long line for the green grass he's standing on. So on the very edge of your paper on the left side, you're going to start to make a straight line. It's okay if it's a little wavy. It can be a bumpy ground. And then go all the way to the right side, a big long straight line. After that, we're going to start to draw Pete the Cat's body in the middle of our paper, a big long rectangle. So a rectangle has 4 sides. We're going to start with the bottom, long line from one point to the next. Then we're going to make 2 straight lines that come up from that big long line. 1, 2, and now remember, a rectangle has 4 sides, so I need to close the rectangle with the 4th side here. And 4. There we go. So Pete the Cat's body is a big rectangle for this drawing. Now we'll start to draw Pete the Cat's head. In the corner of your rectangle here, on the very tippy top here, we're going to start to make a circle. So I'm going to put my marker in that corner and then go around as a circle and then come back to the corner and stop. Okay, moving on to Pete the Cat's legs. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles coming down from this big rectangle. So I'll start at the very edge of my rectangle on the left side, go down straight. Don't touch the line. We're going to go hover right above the line, straight across right, and then go back up to the rectangle. So that's one rectangle. Now we're going to do one more. Next to that rectangle, go down straight, over, and then up straight. Now skip a little bit of a space because we're going to draw the next 2 rectangles on the right side here. So on the very corner of the rectangle here, I'm going to draw my next rectangle leg, down, over, up. Okay, and then one more next to that rectangle, down, over, up. Now I didn't have to draw the 4th side of the rectangle because the body is the 4th side. See the body right here? So I just drew 3 lines for those rectangles. Okay, now we'll start to draw Pete the Cat's shoes. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 squares on the ends of those rectangles. So starting with this rectangle here, I'm going to go straight down, over, across to make a square. Next, down, over, across to make the next shoe. Down, over, across. And then the last shoe, down, over, across. Okay. So we have most of Pete the Cat's body except his tail. He's a cat, so he has a long pointy tail. So at the very corner of the rectangle body, I'm going to make a long skinny rectangle for the tail. And at the end of the tail, we're going to draw a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. So I'm going to start with a straight line, 1 at the edge of the rectangle tail. And then we're going to go up to a point and then finish the rectangle with 1 more line. 3 lines for a rectangle, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're done with Pete the Cat's body and head. Now we're going to work on his face. He has some eyes, a nose, a mouth, some ears, and some whiskers. So let's start with his eyes. Let's draw 2 big circles for his eyes in the middle of the big circle for his head. Now in the center of his eye, let's draw some small circles for the center of his eye, the dot in the middle of his eye. Okay, next let's draw a triangle for the nose. So right below the eyes, we're going to make a triangle flipped upside down for his nose. So straight line first, then 2 lines that come down, 1, 2. Okay. Now let's work on his ears. These are also going to be triangles. So we'll start with a straight line on the top of his head, circle head, 1, and then 2 lines that come up, 1, 2. On the other side, let's make a straight line for the triangle and then go 1, 2. So we have 3 lines, 1, 2, 3 for the triangle. Okay, we're almost there. Let's add a few more details to his face. He has a smile that comes up and around and over. So we're gonna do curvy line up that comes up from a triangle. And then on the other side, we're gonna do another curvy line that goes up. Okay, let's add some whiskers. Pete the cat is a cat, so he has whiskers, 1, 2, 3, and whiskers are just straight lines. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. And on the other side, 1, 2, 3. Okay, looks like he's pretty much done. I'm gonna add a couple more details on his shoes. I'm gonna make a couple little lines. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 to show that he has some shoelaces. I can even add some curvy lines like this to show the laces of his shoe. What else can I add? Oh, I think my Pete the cat is going to be outside, so maybe I could draw some things that I know that are outside. Maybe I could draw a tree in the corner. Now, you don't have to draw these details, boys and girls. You can choose what types of details you want to draw now. So think of 3 or more details that you can draw around Pete the cat. We call this the background, the space around Pete the cat. Let's see, maybe I could draw a sun in the sky. Maybe I could draw, maybe there's a hill back here. Maybe there's a couple hills back here. Maybe on top of the hill, there's a house. Maybe there's some clouds in the sky. I could draw some clouds. All right, I think I have enough details here. All right, my Pete the cat picture is complete. I'm going to close my marker and put that away, and then we're going to talk about painting our Pete the cats next.